So how do I convert between standard form and scientific notation? Well, let's first look at converting from standard form to scientific notation. For large numbers, you need to move the decimal place to the left until you make a number between 1 and 10. This will be your first factor. Then, you need to count the number of decimal places that you moved the decimal point. Write this as your power of 10. For example, let's look at the number 7,200,000. Right now, the decimal point is at the end of the number, right here. However, we need to move it until we get a number between 1 and 10. Therefore, it needs to go right here in between the 7 and the 2, so that the first factor we have is 7.2. But now we need to figure out how many decimal places we move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this number in scientific notation would be 7.2 times 10 to the 6th power. Next, let's look at small numbers. For small numbers, you need to move the decimal place to the right until you make a number between 1 and 10. This will then be your first factor. Then you can count the number of decimal places that you moved the decimal point and write as a power of 10. For this example, let's look at the decimal 0.000000965. Well, we need to get the decimal point moved here in between the 9 and the 6, because that will make the number 9.65. Now, we need to figure out how many times we need to move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 9.65 times 10 to the negative 6. So we moved it in the opposite direction. Now, what if we want to go backward and convert from scientific notation to standard form? Well, if it is a positive exponent, you need to move the decimal to the right. This will create a larger number. This time, let's look at the example of 6.24 times 10 to the power of 6. Well, we start with 6.24, and then we need to move the decimal point 6 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what goes in all those blank spaces? Well, we need to fill them up with zeros. So you can see our new number is 6,240,000. 6,240,000. And then our final example. If it is a negative exponent, you need to make sure you move the decimal to the left. This will create a smaller number. This time, our example is going to be 8.103 times 10 to the negative 4th. So, if we start with 8.103, we then need to move the decimal point 4 places to the left. 1 makes it go to the other side of the 8. Then we still have to move 3 more. 1, 2, 3. What goes here? Zeros again. 1, 2, 3 zeros. So our new number is 0.0008103.